Let's face
Hi,
it, no one ever
good morning,
left home
everyone.
to become one with the
Let
crowd.
me introduce myself.
No one ever hit the
I am
road
Vinci
without a
Bose. I am the
drive
president
and
and
without a need
chairman
to
of
succeed.
a company
No
named
one,
Go2
never.
Hospitality.
Because the whole
Let me
idea
first
to
talk
start on your
broadly
own
about Go2
is to
Hospitality.
find your
Go2
passion,
Hospitality, in
to
fact,
discover something novel,
it's a
moving,
prominent branded company wherein
inspiring,
we have our
to
office
discover
in
something
southern part
new
of
and
India, which is
extraordinary
Coimbatore,
in
and
yourself,
we have our
the
office in
idea,
Thailand and
and
Dubai
the
as well.
business you choose to do.
Our primary
Consider a
responsibilities,
new
if
role.
you ask me personally,
Find an
I have been
entrepreneurial
involved in
role.
sourcing capital.
Take
I've
risks.
been involved in
Pray
setting up
for the new. Build new relationships. Find new energy to break all barriers. Become one with your idea, your passion, and belief. Well, since 1999, we have partnered and nurtured more business relationships than any other company. Helping entrepreneurs explore new businesses is not just what we believe in, it has always been who we are. Since Gaurav packed his bags and left off in search of the extraordinary, we have opened and put more businesses on a growth path than anybody else. And the best thing about growth is that it never stops knocking on the doors of successful people. Successful people who are always looking for the right opportunity. We all get a moment with that opportunity. And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you. Because your growth is our business.
All right. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for joining on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Today, we have a brand from hospitality and consulting sector called Go2 Hotels and Resorts. Go2 Hotels and Resorts is a leading hospitality management brand. Okay, Go2 Hotels and Resort is a leading hospitality and management company from Coimbatore, specializing in comprehensive hotel services with a portfolio of 30 operating hotels across locations, including Thailand and Dubai. And they also have additional hotels under development in Coimbatore and Chennai. The company focuses on optimizing hotel operations, enhancing revenue, and maximizing asset value through its tailored management strategies and industry best practices. Today, we are joined with Vinci Bose, who is the managing director and the founder of this brand. And I'm also joined with Imran Ibrahim, who's the key account manager for this brand. Now, I would request Vinci to please take the lead and help us understand about the brand and the business opportunity that you're offering for the investors. Over to you, Vinci. Please unmute. You're on mute.
Okay. Sorry about. Okay. Well, thanks for the introduction, Bharat. I think you're given me a slight, introduction about myself. And okay, let me introduce myself. By the way, I am Vinci Bose. I am the CEO and founder of a company called Go2 Hospitality. Go2 Hospitality, as Bharat was mentioning, it is a prominent brand. We do consulting and management services for the hotels across Tamil Nadu, which is southern part of India, and mainly yeah, we are into the cities like Chennai and Coimbatore. In fact, I'm coming from when I started this company. I know it was we had that liberty where I came from a strong hospitality background. I was working in US. I was working in a company which is called Ardent Advisory Group, where I was into the the finance and accounting department, especially in terms of playing a key role with the CEOs and CFO of the company in terms of restructuring the entire hotel, starting from its inception and transitioning several hotels to to his portfolio. Just to give a sort of example, I'm sure, as invitees, you should be quite familiar with the concept of understanding what Marriott Hotel, what is Hyatt Hotel. You should have visited, many Hilton properties as well. These are the big management giants. Okay, so but these branded properties, they come under the portfolio of different independent owners, where they directly work with the owners in terms of understanding what is the primary requirement in terms of transitioning the hotel to a management company, branding his company, branding, or rather branding his hotel to the next level. Because today, in a competitive world, you need some good management companies to come and manage your portfolio, understanding how the hotel environment really works, especially in terms of three areas. One, the governance. The second point is the culture. Third one is the risk management. Unless you understand how the real hotel environment works, the risk culture, it is very difficult for the hotel to upscale it to the next level in terms of fixing the revenue rates, in terms of fixing up what should be the operational cost of the property, and fixing up the earnings per share, earnings of the property. So it's very difficult from the owner's point of view to understand from the global platform, from the international platform, or from the domestic platform. So that is why they rely on a consultancy organization to come and help them to understand how the global environment really works, and take them to the next level in terms of brand positioning. So this is a keyword. So I have worked with those companies in terms of positioning the company, transitioning the company, making sure the hotel is able to increase their bottom line figures. So with that specialist knowledge, we have started as a company which is called Go2 Hospitality. And Go2 Hospitality today, which is a leading, management company, and we are operating 30 operating hotels, which occur, we are span across geographies, including Thailand and Dubai. And we, in fact, with unlike Marriott, unlike the Hyatt and the Crown Plaza, where they handle in upscale hotels. When you mean upscale, there are predominantly, if you look at the hotel quick scenario, you'll call it as a luxury segment, or you call it as upscale hotels, or you call it as some mid-size segments, or you call it as a budgeted property. Okay, but today, we are in the mid-size segments where we directly we get in contact with the independent owners. So today, with the independent owners, we stand a long-term relationship, like brands like Vijay Parkin, or Grand Oceana, or some hotels like or Hotel Orbits in Coimbatore and Chennai. So we have a strong presence over there. I don't know, let me share a small presentation with you guys so that you are able to understand how the scenario really works.
Sure.
Okay. So this is the presentation which I want to show it to all the invitees who are listening to this full conversation. And so in fact, as I was telling you, Go2 Hospitality, which by itself, this is my expertise in terms of working as a management consultant. My specialist area in the hospitality industry, and how I able to transform myself into a specialist working with different management companies. So this was the portfolio which I explained to you earlier. And today, so how we are committed towards the value addition for the Go2 Hotels and Resorts. Here is the thing, wherein in fact I talked about 30 operating hotels which we are handling independently, and also we from since the time the hotel is established his brand in Coimbatore, we are able to position a long-term relationship with hotels like Vijay Parkin, Grand Oceana, Hotel Orbis, and SMS properties. So there are plenty of other hotels that we have been handling, independently, in order to ensure we are able to maintain a long, sustainable growth to our strategies. So every hotel management company will have its own strategy in place. For example, no matter where you are, defining the geographies is very important. So we have a strong governance culture inside our organization, and we are built by the top leadership. For example, I am the founder and the chairman. We have one more director who is specialized in engineering concept of the hospitality industry. We have one more with the leadership team, Mr. Ranjit Babu. He is specialized in the strategic business partnership. and we have a strong person who is concentrating on the operations perspective. So we have one more person who is concentrating on the revenue proposition of the property. So so with this kind of leadership team, today we are able to build a go to hospitality, and today we are having 126 persons working for our organization. So it's not a small organization by any means. So we have built a team, and we have been into the industry for more a decade right now in terms of establishing our brand, and extending our services to many hotel operators and also to the hotel management company. So we stand our unique our unique what do you call, the proposition would be like in terms of tailoring strategies for the particular property, the best practices, ensuring the property is able to thrive into the competitive world. And of course, we have an aspiring mission, and also like a progressive mission over here, wherein in terms of the vision, we want to become the India's largest and most preferred chain of asset management companies, and we would like to cater it to the economy, hotels and resorts. Driving unparalleled growth, operational expenses, value creation for all our partners. When I mean the partners, I know it that there are the stakeholders in the hospitality country, the industry. Someone like an investor, someone like the hotel management, the hotel management company, someone like the hotel owner. So we would like to be add value, value creation for all our partners, ensuring they're able to sustain with our organization. And we have a progressive mission as well. So as you can see in our presentation, our mission is to foster a culture of well-being, diversity, and inclusion for our colleagues, while ensuring exceptional comfort, safety, and value for our hotel investors and guests. So we believe in the fact, the employees working in our organization has to have that level of comfort in order to ensure, because they are the one who is very close to the floor. Okay, in terms of understanding what is at the ground level, what is happening at the operation front, and also at the top line in the revenue front. So we ensure we are able to create that level of comfort, safety to all our hotel investors. And we have a dedicated community contribution, environmental stewardship, and rewarding our stakeholders, driving cost effective excellence in today's hospitality management across India. Because in today's competitive world, if you're not able to manage your cost in a most effective manner, so this is where it is very important that you manage your cost. As a part of your progressive mission, what we have also adopted, in terms of the strategic value that we are bringing to the hotel, is that artificial intelligence system. Because in today's scenario, you have to be adopted to the technology, and as a company, we are very well adapted to the technology in terms of ensuring what the hotel really wants, what the customer, because in today's hotel hospitality scenario, it is all created by the demand and supply situation of the hotel. So unless we understand what the customer really wants and what is the need of the customer, we are able to segment our customers accordingly. Because if you look at my city, Coimbatore is predominantly manufacturing. It's a manufacturing hub. So people visit from various states, from Mumbai, from Delhi, from Gurgaon, from Kolkata, from all of the cities. They visit our, Coimbatore. So there's a big demand for the corporate segmentation. So we ensure, how do we really get into the corporate segmentation? And then, we focus on that level. And the second level would be the leisure segment. Because if you look at Coimbatore, I know we understand the geographies of Coimbatore, and then if you're just 80 kilometers drive from here, you'll see all the hill stations, which is Ooty and other nearby. So we would like to then create a kind of segment for the leisure segment sector. So people who want to stop by. Let's say if you're traveling from a long way, they can stop by at our properties. So and then they can travel the next day morning to back to Ooty. So we like to create that level of comfort level across industry. This being done unless we understand the geographies of Coimbatore. Okay, so wherever that we have our properties, or wherever we have our strategies built for a particular property, it is very important that we understand where the hotel is located. From there on, we'll take it forward from there. So in terms of the hotel management services, we cater on different areas for a property. It could be the financial performance review, capital expenditure review, advice on potential exit strategies, budgeting, and pre-opening solution. See, in terms of the, since we are coming from a strong financial background. I've done my, Master of Business Administration and Finance, and I have coming from most of the team members. We have chartered accountants in our office, and we predominantly we look at the capitals, the capital revenue and the revenue expenditures in the whole of the financial statement. Because what is really important for the stakeholder, for the investor point of view, from the financial institution point of view, or from any institution point of view, it is very important that you understand how does the finance of the organization look like. So that importance is being given on a regular basis by frequent evaluation of all your expenditure line items, and also the frequent evaluation of all your revenue items. So by this way, we are able to budget the property, and we are able to compare the actuals versus the budget and find out where are the variances, in terms of addressing that particular line item and coming up with an appropriate solution. So that is being done by a compliances or an auditing team, and that team ensures the property that we handle, we are able to address those issues and make appropriate recommendation. Thereby, we are able to increase the revenue potential and also control our cost in a best possible manner. And not only that, the process efficiency is being controlled. So we have a process evaluate, a process. That's something that we do, which is called as a value stream, mapping. Under the value stream mapping in the hotel industry, as you can see, you will see the rooms department, food department, the beverage department, the kitchen department, the purchase department, engineering department, and so on and so forth. So every department requires a careful evaluation, fixing the KPIs, that's key performance indicators, very important, and then coming up with the evaluation strategy through which they can improve the performance of the entire property. So that's the thing. And then in terms of, as it is, ongoing financial reviews, capital expenditure review, advice on potential exit strategy. This is the most important point for the investor. The reason why I have to bring this is, so for example, as an investor, if a person is pumping in 1 crore of money into the into a particular portfolio, we have a clear exit strategy in terms of when he can make an exit, or what point he can make an exit, and how that the point of exit, the business valuation comes into play. And through the exit strategy, the person, whoever has made an investment, is able to come up with a proper premium on redemption. So he's able to get a premium on the exit at the time of exit. So that is also being carefully evaluated by an external valuation person at the time of exit. And budgeting, as I was telling, and the pre-opening solution. We also advise many clients, in terms of the pre-opening solution, because many hotel owner, they will have a land and they will be under the development stage. So at the time of pre-opening, what are the changes, or what are the the refurbishment that they have to do in order to ensure the hotel is in place for the particular demographics. So that level of consultancy is being done. So they are so overall, in a nutshell, we classify the explanation that I've given it to you under 3 different categories. One is the hotel asset management, where we take up the entire property under the asset management category, and then we charge certain percentage with the owner. And then the hotel revenue, it's basically focusing on only the top line of the property. And the third one is basically the hotel operations management, where we focus on individual departments. So it's not necessarily we focus on the entire property. There are certain departments that we really focus on based on the requirements of the hotel owner. And in today's, the hotel industry, if you look into it, it's growing. Okay, so today, we are at the hotel industry. It's expected to be by US, 50 million, $50 billion by end of financial year 2028. So I mean, the reason why we say this is, if you look at this particular presentation, I know you have weddings and conferences, you have wellness retreat, you have the religious and spiritual aspect, you have the wildlife and forest. So the favor in terms of conducting outside their home, or conducting any events outside their offices has gone to the level where every person has, I mean, has got the potential where they can, come and, adopt to the particular situation in terms of, embracing the particular services. For example, most of the, receptions started happening at the weddings and conferences level in a, the banquet hall. So the weddings is booming, the meetings, incentives, conferences, exhibition, and the average spending also per customer is also has gone, increasingly high. And not only that, like if you look into it, the corporate, like the corporate, the majority of the corporate. Imagine, like if you are a corporate, you don't like to have the meetings inside the office. You like to do it in a corporate. You like to do it in a hotel, where the, in a conference meeting. So that is what, like the whole hotel is also being set up. So we as a hotelier, we as a, under the pre-opening solutions, we also take care of the particular aspect, ensuring the demand of the particular industry, and then, like giving certain advice in terms of what will create a revenue potential for the property. The creation of revenue potential is very, very important, like, because unless you advise the, the hotelier, because he might be having in the, at the remote area of the property, remote area of the particular city. So no wonder what, like, you will not see a corporate coming in. That is, that location is predominantly fixed for, the events, weddings. So we need to have a bigger banquet hall in that particular area, less of a rooms. So something along those lines, like, we will try and address, with the hotel owners. So that's constantly is being evaluated, because even if the hotel, because the hotel that we take under normally under management contract, it's all that I saw is, it's a running property. It's already been in a run. But why they are giving it to a management company? That is because we do have the level of expertise. We do have the level of, understanding of the, and understanding and the behavior of the hotel industry. And that is one reason, like the hotel owners will really look at a management company to come and manage an entire property. So during the course of management contract of 10 years or 15 years, we constantly evaluate the property, and we ensure like the property is upscale at every point of time to meet up the demand of the customer. And so this is emerging tourism and hospitality segments. Look, see, these are the areas that is come. One is in terms of rural tourism, pilgrimage tourism, ecotourism, luxury tourism, adventure tourism, medical tourism, and heritage tourism. So the tourism itself has been classified under, 7 different heads. So okay, so it's very important that we built, I know, as I was telling you, the luxury segment. The luxury segment, sorry, I know, I'll take that word back, but it's the classification of market segmentation. And I was talking earlier in terms of the corporate segmentation, transit segmentation, luxury segmentation. Under luxury segmentation is all the 7 points come in. So because most of the corporates, it's a kind of, segmentation that you like to have it in, on and off. But the tourism that we have created, the 7 classified, tourism, it has to be carefully looked into it, and we evaluate the 7 tourism on a regular basis to ensure, like, how we can cater to the needs of the customer and create a demand for that particular room. So thereby the occupancy of the room is being, filled up. So the regular, occupancy in terms of the Coimbatore or Chennai, if you're able to have the occupancy rate of 70 to 75%, it's a good occupancy. But then, like, we need to, build a culture of maintaining that 70% is very important. And because in today's competitive world, if you're not highly, if you don't understand the market in a big picture side or the macro picture, you lose your, revenue potential, because it's like a perishable commodity. Once the revenue is lost for the day, it is lost. You can never recoup that, recover that particular revenue, during the course of time. So we have to be carefully positioning our revenue segmentation in order to ensure, like, our revenue is being upscaled on a regular basis. And so by contract type, I was, there are 4 different contract, 4 or multiple. One, we call it some managed, contract. As I was telling you, where the hotel owner is finding it difficult to manage the entire property, we take up the entire hotel and a management contract, run the hotel, and deliver results for the property. In franchise, under franchising, since, like, we have built our name in terms of, the technology aspect, in terms of the standard operation procedure, we can let our name go to the owner where he can buy our franchisee name, and then wherein we transfer the technology, wherein we transfer the best practices of the industry, wherein we transfer the industry industry plus standards. So these are the levels we transfer it to the to the hotel owner, wherein he can start using our name in order to build our franchise. But this is growing in today's trend. Just like the franchise is basically, just to again to give an example, Marriott, these are top brands, and even like Oyo. Oyo, it's a kind of, they manage only rooms, like they don't get into the F&B side. But as a culture, like we are we as a company, like we manage all areas of the department. And the leased hotel, it's one, it's an emerging trend right now, where that's the least interference from the owner. Once you buy the hotel on a lease contract for a period of 10 years, it stands with the hotel management company in terms of independently handling the entire property, upscaling the property, and ensuring the hotel is being upgraded to the next level. So there is a least interference by through which the owner of the company or owner of the hotel gets a regular rental income on a monthly basis, and this is being carefully looked into it in today's scenario. And as far as the proposal that I would like to place it before all the investors who are is looking, one is under the management contract, and one is lease contract. And at this point of time, we have identified two hotels in Coimbatore, and one is in Chennai, where we will like to get the hotel under the lease contract, and through which our investment would be around 1 crore. And we are looking at a person who is willing to and understand the hospitality industry, make make an investment in our organization, either in the form of equity or in the form of debt. So that we are we are welcoming the investors to come and join our stakeholders list, and whereby like we give your payback period, which could stand to a minimum of in the maximum of 12 months, and the contract period could last to 10 to 15 years. So we're guaranteeing that level of ROI to the to the investors, in terms of creating a business opportunity for them to make an investment into the proposal that we are placing before them, in order to ensure they get the revenue, they get the return on a regular basis without any level of disruption, or without any level of the market scenario. So irrespective of the market conditions, we are able to guarantee the investor a standard rate of return, or rather a minimum guaranteed rate of return, through which an investor could really get benefit out of our benefit out of our services that we do. And not only that, and also establishing themselves as a good stakeholder in our organization, whereby they can expand their, whereby they can also prove their credentials in terms of ensuring we are able to develop a long-term relationship with the investor. And so the reasons why why as an investor, why you would like to partner with Go2 Hotels and Resorts would be, since we would like to create a strong brand positioning in the big market segment, and we are already into the 7 years of operations of successfully managing 36 independent operating properties, and we have a strong governance culture, and in terms of establishing our professionally managing the hotel groups that we manage, in terms of the leadership hierarchy that we create, and they optimizing the investment plan, and ensuring the hotel is able to create that level of net worth. That is one thing that we also ensure, and the quality infrastructure and amenities, because every hotel that requires constant upgradation in terms of infrastructure and amenities, that portion is also important. And we are also making affordable for all the customers, the mid-size customers, so that affordability is being brought into the picture in terms of whenever we manage a property, keeping in mind the current hotels that we are managing is all 40 to 80 rooms scale size. So we understand who the customers are, and that's one important thing that we already looked into it, and we are constantly looking into. So we have a greater potential in that. And the resource management today, like volatile hotel setup, I know we are able to manage efficient resource, we are able to manage the resource properly. As I said to you, one of the mission statement itself, we want to ensure the resource are being kept happy, they are being, kept at the comfort level. And we have a trained professional admin staff. And, since we have a channel partner, we have an individual marketing setup in our own organization. So that will give us more appealing marketing techniques and of course the better capacity and utilization. So these are the things like why as an individual, why as a hotel investor, or rather even the hotel operating company, why you have to look at us, in terms of taking your brand or taking the hotel to the next level of brand positioning the property in your location, in this competitive world. So it's very important, to cultivate a good relationship with a management company like us. And it's a kind of back and forth relationship where you understand us better, we understand you, we understand your, requirements better, through which we are able to deliver the quality to all the hotels that we manage. And these are the credentials, in fact, for the investors who is looking into it. These are the hotels that we have been handling. Since in the interest of space, I'm not able to fill in all the hotels, but just to give a sort of the big hotels that we have been managing. So it's not only Ratna Residency, Vijay Parking. So it's, if you look into it, there are so many hotels, and this the down below on the left hand corner, you'll see the Hotel Bangkok, which is at Thailand. So again, so our expansion has gone, phenomenally well, because of the leadership qualities that we have, because of the credential that we have built in the market over a period of time, and because of the relationship that we have with the bank, of the financial institution, and also our existing stakeholders, in terms of making sure we are able to add value services to them at regular point of time. So that gives us a leverage to partner with the stakeholders consistently, and I'm making sure we are able to add that value to all the stakeholders in our organization. Thank you very much, and hope you really like the the services that we are offering. And I'm open for any questions that you have, and and we would like to partner with you on a long-term basis. Please feel to come up with any questions that you have. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Benzi, for the detailed presentation. We really have received a few questions. Would you like to take them up? Right, we have received a question from Praveen Devan. If you could take this.
What can you just repeat the question?
Okay, right. So let me read it for you. So the first question that he has asked is like, the investment of 1 CR includes what all components?
Okay, the investment of 1 year, it's primarily the components includes two things. One is in terms of the capex expenditure, which is going to be the rental deposit that we plan to make it with the hotel owner. The second one is in terms of refurbishment of a property, ensuring the quality Go2 hospitality meets that has been refurbished to the level of our standards. So there are two. One is in terms of the capex expenditure. Second one is in terms of basically the working capital expenditures.
Okay.
And the percentage of investment would be 80% goes towards capex and 20% goes towards working capital.
Okay. Now the next question is like, the management fee is on the revenue or gross profit?
It's on at the two levels. It's a very good question, I think. See, there are two levels that we charge. One is at the revenue, which is around 8%, and the 7% it's on the GOP level.
Okay. Now the other one is like, who owns the P&L of the property in case of a management contract?
It is owned by the owner himself, because we only manage a resource of the property. We only manage asset of the property, and the management and as owner of the property, it is its responsibility to prepare the P&L account balance sheet. But of course, since we do have our auditing team and accounts team in place. We also parallelly prepare the P&L account and balance sheet. In case if there is any mismatch between the P&L account which they prepare and which we prepare, we try and reconcile at the end of every month.
Right. So you also take care of the entire operations, right? A to Z.
Right. Correct. Exactly.
Okay. The other question is that, is there an MG provided in the management contract model?
What is that? Is there any?
MG,
Minimum guarantee.
minimum
Yeah,
guarantee.
yeah, of course, like it is being provided. Like, whenever, like, minimum guarantee revenue that we really promise at any point of time in terms of the this is it's again a good question to ask. The reason why we put that minimum guarantee level is that, let's say we are taking the property at 50% occupancy level. At 50% occupancy level, we can never go down below 50% occupancy level. As a management company, we are ordered or we are positioned to bring up the occupancy percentage over the period of time. So there is a minimum guarantee. In case if you are not able to meet the minimum guarantee, we don't charge. But for the last 10 years of our management experience, we had never come down on the on the minimum guarantee level that we have promised.
Okay, how much is the revenue share in this scenario?
We don't share the revenue. In fact, like, as I was telling you, it's a management fee that we position on the total revenue. So there is no kind of there's no inbuilt sharing of percentage on the total revenue. In fact, so our contract itself will be positioned in such a way where we charge 8% on the total revenue that will be generated. That includes rooms, food department, beverage, banquets, and everything. And also, like, and also at the 7% at the GOP level.
Will you also be changing the name by the time you operate that hotel?
In case, see, we have a person like, there are a couple of, I mean, that's again a good question to ask, because in Coimbatore, like, we had a couple of hotels which was running in their own family name, which we were not really comfortable. So we suggested, as a brand positioning strategy, we suggested the property to run it in a different name, and to give you, and so, and the owner and the hotel owner was primarily, like, he was reluctant to change the name, but during the course of time, after we entered into the management contract, during the course of time, he was able to embrace the concept why we need to change the name. The hotel went ahead and changed. So it is all a question of acceptance and embracing what we say. But at the end of the day, it is purely the decision of the hotel owner.
Okay. What all geographies you are open to expand?
We are, but currently, like, our plan of action would be, like, since, like, we are well focused on Tamil Nadu, we plan to expand, to the pan India level as well. So we are, we are constantly in touch with Mumbai, Pune, Delhi based, franchisee or any other groups that we have. So we are, in order to ensure we have the office set up in all these three areas, especially in the metropolitan cities areas, and go pan India. So that's one thing that we are focusing, because already we're touched at the global level. As I was telling you earlier, like, we already started our operations in Thailand, and we already we got the company formed in Dubai. So we are planning to expand the operations in Dubai and other GCC region, which includes Saudi, Qatar, and other GCC regions.
Okay, and what investment can we look at if someone wants to build a new hotel together?
A new hotel for a 40 to 50 room property, definitely, like, he has to look around 30 crores as a minimum investment.
30 crore.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a 40 and 50 room property, it all depends upon the kind of land space that he has got. The land specification is very important. The location is very important. And based on that, we can, create a pre-opening concept. The concept that we have to drive on. Like, if a person, like, if just got a vacant land in one particular location, we have to walk through the concept, understand, like, the primary market segmentation area for the particular location, and advise the client accordingly. So it's like, so we have to work with the architecture, we have to work with the construction engineer, and ensure, like, we are able to take up the hotel along the market that is being demanded in a particular area. So it would, but the minimum investment is 30 plus. It would vary from 30 to 50 or 50. So it all depends upon the kind of, the scaling of the offer we operate, scaling of the revenue. Potentially generated revenue is very important. It could have, like, 40 rooms in place. You could have, for 5 banquet hall in place, or it could have, like, 2 couple of bars in place. So it's very, very important, the brand positioning of a particular location, and based on that, we could advise the client accordingly. So the understanding the market specification would be its first primary important, but the minimum size, wherever that we've got, it's for any property, or rather the property that we're looking at is 30 plus is what the minimum size would be.
So you have made any kind of list, or for the areas where you are looking for, like, number one, if you have any list, and the number two, are you specifically looking for any particular like city or tourism place? Where are you focusing right
Yeah,
now?
in fact, there are two hotels in the pipeline where we are under talks in terms of negotiation. The reason is that it's already developed property, which is again in Coimbatore and Chennai, where we have planned to take up the entire hotel on on a lease contract basis. So which means the investment size from our end it will be around 1 crore, and that is the reason we have put that in proposal as well. For any level of minimum investment that we are looking at. So that's one thing that we are looking at. And beyond Tamil Nadu, if I have to look into it, as I was telling you, three cities that we are really focusing on. One is Mumbai, Delhi, Pune is primary thing that we are really focusing on, not establish or go forward with Go2 Hospitality.
Okay, and again, Sudhakar ji has asked, like, how much is the revenue share in this scenario?
Revenue share for the investor or revenue share for Go2 Hospitality?
Let's say for both, one by one, in case if you can.
Yeah, for the investor, it is never going to be on the revenue share, because it is going to be with the Go2 Hospitality, and it is going to be with the profit that we drive on the particular portfolio. And with Go2 Hospitality, the revenue share would be 8% as a management fee and 7% at the GOP level. So the revenue share would be 8%.
Okay, and he again has asked, like, in case of refurbishment of asset, what is revenue share between investor, asset owner, and the management company?
The revenue share would be mostly under the refurbishment stage. It is up to the owner to bring that level of the refurbishment. So mostly it will be around 60 to 40 ratio. It's what the refurbishment that we normally suggest.
Okay.
So let's say if it is 1 crore, again 60% will be brought under the owner's level, and 40% it will be brought under the management level.
Okay, so Deepak ji has asked, like, so our audience is hotel owners, right? This is management fee that you charge and Go2 hotel work in the background.
Yeah.
Is it right?
No, it's Go2 Hospitality always works at the front end. The reason, though, they have let's say, assuming, I'm taking up a management contract in at his own, let's assume, I don't know where the person, let's assume he's from Mumbai. So what we will do is the primary feasibility analysis will help us to understand three things. One is in terms of the total asset culture. The second one is in terms of the kind of, the human resource they have. And the third level is in terms of understanding the profit and loss account balance sheet. Once we understand at the three level, the team that we create is basically again at the three level. One, we have our own general manager, or we have one manager in place who takes care of entire human resource that is being already built in by the hotel owner. That is number one. And the second one is we have a strong auditing team that visits the hotel every 15 days and ensure whatever compliances or whatever standards that we are transferring it to the hotel to fix it at the process owner level that is being followed. That is number two. And number three is in terms of the compliances level, whether they are paying the taxes, regularly followed, whether we are as per the management contract or we in line. So that point of view, that is being taken that usually it's being taken by the vice president of our organization. He visits the organization, he reviews the contract every now and then with our general manager and also with the owner of the property, and ensure whether we are in line with the discussion or whether we are in line with the management contract that was established at the time of signing of the contract.
Okay, we will take the last few questions. Praveen Diwanji has asked, like, the property that you manage are in which category, like 3-star, 4-star, 5-star?
It is all 3-star hotels.
All 3 stars
All
hotel.
3-star hotel. We never go below 3-star hotel, but we are planning to the hotels that we are planning to go to the next level in terms of managing. Now that we have a strong brand positioning for 3-star property, so we like to go to the 3, 4-star and 5-star. So that is one area of domain expertise that we are constantly looking at. But our brand positioning today, like we are at 3-star level.
And what is the typical increase in revenue you guarantee to the hotel owner after he signs up with you?
After say typical revenue, it will be we that is where the feasibility analysis will help us. For example, the hotel that we have already identified. Just to give an example, like the hotel is already running with the rooms department, F&B department. It does not have a bar, rather like it has a room and the F&B department and a good banquet hall as well. All the 3 departments put together, they're generating 30 lakhs of revenue per month. So the minimum guarantee that we are assuring is, at any given point at time, the growth rate, growth rate has to be like 20% over the period of time. The optimized level, there is something called optimized level. The optimized level is also something that we defined as, which is 45 lakhs per month. Because we know like at any given point at time, we cannot go beyond the 45 lakhs per month category. It's a good question. Like I think thanks for that question. But see, it's like that. There are once we are at the time of preliminary study, we understand the maturity level of the hotel. The maturity level is something that we understand whether the hotel is at the initial level of running the property, or whether they are at the defined level, or whether they are at the managed level, or they are at the optimized level. So we clearly identify the maturity level at which stage they are in, and try and take it. Let's say they are doing good management, probably they have to take it to the optimized level. So the transformation to the management level, optimized level, is what that we look at. But if they are looking at, at the initial level, then it is a transformation stage from initial to define to manage to optimize. So these are the maturity levels. We primarily we take it to the property, and it takes to get to the optimized level. It is going to take for them like a minimum period of 2 years. It is never an easy task, because we have to clearly at each and every maturity levels, we have to position at what level, run the property for a few moments, and then take it to the transformation stage. So that is how like we look at each and every property.
All right. So you have any question, Imran?
You have already like enough, like all the questions has been already answered.
All right.
So whatever the
All right,
questions have been there. So thank you so much, Vinci.
No problem. Thanks so much. All right. So I guess that's it for the day. But I would also like to inform all the viewers that in case if you would like to get in touch with us, you can call our hotline number 9717-683838, or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. I would also request Imran if you could also put your question, put your number in the chat box, so that
Yeah, sure.
if someone would like to get in touch with you directly from southern part of India, specifically in Chennai, then of course they can get in touch with you directly. So I think that's it for the day. Thank you so much, Vinci, for taking us through this entire presentation. It's really, it was really awesome. And thanks so much for answering all the queries. Hope that we will have more and more questions when we will have one-on-one discussion with the brand. So viewers, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And being available with us on this webinar. Tomorrow, again, we will come up with a new brand, and we will explore another business opportunity. Till then, thanks so much, and have a nice day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.